Are we live? I think we are. Testing here. Cool, we're live. That's cool. That's awesome. And now I need to find the. I want to do this. I want to copy. And then I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. Track screen. Cool. Yeah. Getting online on a red day. Oof. Just need to find the chat option somewhere, so we're good to go, I guess. Again, you can type anything in the chat, I will be right there. View docs chat. Okay, we can do that. View. There it is. I think it's still loading now. Cool. Yeah, we're here. Hello, gold analyst. Hey, Kagan. You were quick into the chat. That's good. That's good. Just decided to do like half an hour, you know, on a red day. After many green days, we're having a kick in the face, as I like to call it. So, yeah, platinum. Yeah, I haven't checked platinum yet. I will do that, you know, during the night here, I guess. It's so tricky with these. There should be some sort of bottom here now. Yeah, there should be some bottom. Is it the bottom? I don't think so. But we should see a move up here. It might take a few days to grind out that bottom, but yeah. I wouldn't be a buyer yet. I wouldn't be a buyer yet though. Not yet. We could see. I think we could see 430 as the maximum lowest. Yeah, 430 seems to be like a spot where you want to look for reversal, like a reversal candlestick or something like that. Yeah. Do you have any music or anything? So, yeah, I think you want to look for that area. If we get down to that, you know, over the next few days, if we do that, I think if you see some decent volume, maybe some sort of short-term bottoming structure, or you know, it seems like a good level. That little triple short-term, mid-term, you know, node, whatever we have there. If we get that, I think it's very interesting. You want to see the reaction, what it does there, by the way. What does it do, basically? All right, I think that's the main takeaway. You want to see what it does there. Yeah, I think, again, to me, the most important thing right now is the gold-silver ratio. Again, just did some updates to the Substack on that. I think that's and has been the key takeaway for the mining sector, and will be the guide for years to come. We just hit a very big support last week. I think it was Tuesday, and now we're seeing a move up in the gold to silver ratio, and everything is coming down: gold, silver, miners, and all that. But when that trend line breaks, it's a 15-year trend line. When that breaks, I think this will be all forgotten. So again, it's hard to say today because it has been rough, very, very rough. I didn't notice this daily. Look at that, momentum-wise. I didn't see that until now, actually, on platinum. That is a big level to get through, that 38 on momentum there. So I'm just eyeing this short-term momentum structure here on gold-silver ratio. I would love for this to break down already. Even though it's a bit steep and all that, but I think it's very interesting to see if we can get it to break here overnight, basically, maybe into tomorrow's trading session, because that means it is losing steam, right? You have a neckline here sitting, so if we can break this already, I don't think we might be in for a surprise, and this might not be that big of a pullback, from a time perspective. But yeah, too early to say. Way too early. I just find it interesting. Again, any questions, all that good jazz, use the chat option and we will try to answer as good as we can. The Dixie here is coming. This is momentum. Go away. It's coming up. It's having that bit of rebirth kind of, breakout back testing now. Looking kind of strong here, even though it's a bit early. But platinum here, the Dixie here seems like it wants to. It could go to 102, maybe a little bit higher. So that is, 4%, give or take. We could see that. We could easily see that. Momentum here is not yet broken on the daily, but this will be a hefty one, and we could see a spike, again, in the Dixie here if we start to get these. This is half a year, so it's a big deal. It could be a big deal. And more people coming in. That's cool. That is damn cool. Yeah, good. We have the chart on the screen as well, so it's so people can see what is being typed. Again, just type anything. I'll be here until 11 p.m. my time here, so half an hour more. I'm just trying to upload the last things to the Substack meanwhile. Again, if you have any questions, please do so. It's a very big red day. Pretty nasty on gold, right? I wouldn't be surprised again if this takes the fourth quarter to pull back to to consolidate and all that. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I'm waiting, Kagan, with regarding to adding. I want to again. I have. We've had like 50 stocks and bought into like 10 of them like half a year ago, but also a year ago, and it's still up a lot, even though it has pulled back like 30% or so, 20-30%. So, so I'm waiting to get some sort of structure to get in. Right, I want to. I'm not blindly buying the dip, but I'm trying to buy the dip, but I need a structure to get us in. So I'm waiting to see. Now, I would be surprised if we resume the uptrend tomorrow. Again, we are in a very long-term, mid-term, very bullish environment for gold and silver. But again, it doesn't mean that, short-term we can't pull back heavily. And just like here, right, this was the top in April 2025. And then we spent half a year with a very bullish pattern, right? And again, we could easily see like a flag here into December. Again, if that's the case, if we get such a flag, all of a sudden you can start to measure that up, like, right? Let's say we get this type of flag here. Again, you can cap your risk and you can target again 5,000 more if we get it, of course. We don't know. So, but the funny thing is, I started to mention on the way up here, we want to look for very big red candles. That will be a sign that, hey, this is the local top. And I think we got it today. I think that's an understatement, but we got it today, so we shall see. We shall see. Again, looking at it monthly here, again, this is the long-term stuff. Again, this is 3 decades. We still have a magnet, in my view, of 8K. So with overperformance. So 8K is still my base kind of target. So yeah. But as you know, it's never fun to see your portfolio down. I think 8%. Gold and silver, uranium today, 8%. I think that's by far the biggest daily loss I've had ever. Yeah. SVE entering upper channel. That is interesting. Should we check SVE? Oh, it's back testing now. That's interesting. Again, we have this is the setup we're looking at on the Substack. The breakout here, we're watching this bull flag here, basically waiting for it to break out. If it does, of course. But this is interesting here. And we also have a lower, not perfect, but it is what it is. So this is interesting. If we can stay here, I don't think so though. If we can stay in that triangle until we have, left the storm, that would be a really lovely entry there for SVE. Long-term, clean entry. Boom, going higher there. So yeah, that was an alert. I don't know why I got the alert though, because it didn't enter any. It might be this one here, or is it the? Oh, it hit. Ah, okay, I know why. It hit the lower end of it. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. A lot of support here though. However, if we don't hold and start to trade here, that wouldn't be good. That would really be a big blow to SVE. Big blow. Oh man, I hope it breaks down already. It would be nice to have the 15-minute chart to break down already on gold to silver ratio. If it can do that, because then we're losing steam. Already losing steam in the uptrend. Very interesting. I think we need to drop a little bit more. I have my blue line here. That is the one that I'm eyeing. If we lose the blue, that's the neckline. Then we lose the support and neckline, and we should be coming down hard. As always, guys, questions, all that good jazz, let me know. We are not just streaming on good days. We're also taking the very bad days, and this is one of them. This is one of those days where we want to just go to sleep, right? We just want to go to sleep. Palladium, what are you doing? It actually hit my target, which was the lower side here. So roughly, I think it was 1,700, 600, just below there. So we did actually come all the way up to the triangle high. Cool, 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 cool. And now we're getting the pullback. The reason why I had that level was because this trend line coming across here. So I said, you know, just below 1600 should be the top, and we topped out at almost 17. So I'll take it. It's fine. And again, palladium here. To me, this is what we're gonna see. It smells so much like a cup and handle of whatever degree. And I'm missing something here. 1 second. Did I forget my... we'll check it later. Okay. So yeah, palladium long term looks really good. And whatever we get here, you know, for the next quarter maybe, will be... If you get a bullish structure, it's a buy signal all day long. So, SPD, I've seen that one before, but I haven't looked at it in a very long time. No, I haven't seen this one before. Oh, it's a small guy, isn't it? 100 million, okay, cool. What happened here? Tricky, again. Do we have an uptrend going on? Some sort of funky donkey? Yeah, I'll take it. Again, tricky because you have that major gap, whatever happened there. It could be a pause in trading and then resuming. I don't know. Oh, I love the entry there. Holy bananas. That was a goodie. A little flag there. Again, we're going to pull back here to whatever degree. But just like palladium, right, I think we're going to do, then we're going to break out. Oh, that was a lovely one. I wish I knew. I wish. Yeah. Wow, that was a good one. Yeah, SID. Oh, I think I got filled today. I haven't got an alert, so maybe my order was incorrect. I hope not. It doesn't matter really. Yeah, it looks... okay, I didn't get it. But yeah, good day. And we are breaking that little blue guy there, so I still think you can have an insane good risk on SID here. Look for the next 5 years, collecting good dividends, 12%. You can cap your risk with basically only 30%, but I think you have multiples of moves over the next 5 years on SID. I'll not go into too much detail because we are looking at that on the Substack. So it's yeah. How about EWC? Yeah, it's getting close. The Brazilian market, again, a market that we are really looking at these days. Oops, that was a sneak peek. I think very close to a decade-long breakout in the Brazilian markets. I'm gonna buy with my third clip if we get that. So Litecoin. Oh, Litecoin! I haven't looked at that in a billion years. There's one line that, you know, if we ever start to drop below, be careful. And that is, of course, the underlying, this kind of belly here. You can see that. By all means, it has to hold. It's very important. It has to hold that. Then we have the top end, which is fine right there. Just grinding. It has basically been one long grind, right? Since 2022, not showing a whole lot of kind of have a horizontal there as well. Just checking here to see, because I think I have Yeah, I think. Hey Robert, how are you? With regarding to Litecoin, I wouldn't be interested again as it stands today before we cross this type of top here. Right. Until then, I wouldn't really be that interested in it. So we need to clear roughly 135. And for the love of God, you know, it cannot start to trade below here. That would be devastating. Maybe a bit higher, you know, maybe close to 140, you know, 135, 140, 145 thereabouts is what we need to clear. 147 maybe, that in. So yeah, Litecoin. It's definitely been one of the weaker ones, hasn't it? With regarding to all the altcoins. It basically hasn't done a whole lot. It is up 100%, but it's just been grinding, kind of like a bear flag kind of thing, right? Potentially. Yeah. LGO, yeah, sure, we can do LGO, I think. Largo, let me remember. Yeah, it had a fakey, right? Oh, yeah. What is that? Other metals? That's a nasty one. Battery storage, battery, vanadium. Yeah, it had a fakey there, and it's basically, it has to be news. Yeah, all right. Gap down. What happened here? That was Wednesday. Why do you gap down 50%? Why? What is? Does anyone know? Is that a news thing? Typically, you don't see that without anything. That kind of volume also. Missed the last. No, it missed the last. Yeah, LTC. Yeah. Oh, diluted. Yeah, could be. Yeah, makes sense. But again, typically you. Ah, there it is. Okay, they did some sort of a dilution. Yeah, 15 million. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. It has a good run. Again, we started to become bullish there. But that one there, that sucks. That sucks. You lose all the momentum, and all people that are going long here, they will get stop loss hit. You know. That's a shame. Ouch. That was a shame. It's not over, but that will take some time to overcome. Right. Now we just need to hope that it can somehow get back in. But that will take some time to overdo, I guess. No, I haven't dared to open Encore. We can do it. We can do it. It's been heavy. Boom. Hey, look at that. Is that a back test? It's a very hard back test. And what I mean by that is, you know, it's just hammering down. Right? It's not a bull flag or anything. So let's see the reaction here. This is very interesting. Right? Because overall the EU chart very strong. Again, we turned long here. And we're basically getting bull flag tagged. This could be a back test though. Let's see over the next coming days and weeks on Encore. How much are we down? Oh, do I dare to look? 30. We've tried it before. It's fine. That's a very interesting backtest. Maybe you can also actually do this here just to get the... no, maybe that is also valid. Yeah, I think it is. But you can see here this red one is actually a part of a channel. Right. So that's interesting. Roughly here at 4. Let's see what happens. That's very interesting. Very interesting. So what are you doing on a day like this when you are just getting smoked? Again, after many weeks and months of just pure joy again. We can't really complain, can we? it's getting winter here in Denmark, so we're getting to winter time, meaning we basically only have like 6 hours, 7 hours, maybe 6 of sun. So the sun will get up at like 8:30 in the morning, and by 4 it will be, maybe even before that, it will be dark again. So yeah, insane pullback. It was again, you don't really exactly know when they're gonna come, but you can just see the yeah, again 7% down. It's never. Do we get the? I'm really interested. Sorry guys, in the. Do it breakdown. Oh. I keep returning to this momentum on the 15 minutes, so short term. This is basically 10 days worth of trading. You can see here again, this is momentum where we measure the price oscillating around the x-axis, which is basically the 200 moving average in this case. So you're getting this flat moving average, and then you can see the price, and you can actually do the same kind of TA. You're getting bull flags and breaks out and back tests and all that. It's very interesting. If you can start to break this already, again, that would be a good sign. $3.7 on EU. Yeah. It's interesting to see on that backtest on EU. Very interesting to see. Ah, okay. It's a different take. Do it here. Go down. Oh, anyways. Again, overnight here, even though it doesn't change a whole lot. Is it going to happen? I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if we wake up with silver. Again, me waking up in like 6 hours time or 8 hours. With silver being close to 50. A lot of volatility. It doesn't mean that we are short-term bullish or anything, but let's see. Again, this is a lot of volatility, very difficult, and we want to just have it cool down before anything. Nothing like SIL being down 10%. Amazing. Amazing. AGRF, that's the, yeah, exactly. I think this is, again, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous chart here. If that breaks, I've seen it multiple times, it is like a... I tend to call them breakdown of death. It sounds very hard, I know. But if we look at platinum, again, just remember the massive move and the bear flag. Just not saying you should sell, you should really consider taking profit. Platinum, where are you? Here, right? Similarly, these types of big moves, and you go straight into a bear flag. This is a bit more of a bear flag though, so the other one is a bit more bullish because of the angle. Just be on the lookout there. I remember talking, this was actually also on a live stream. One guy asked about this one here. I'm like, I don't really know exactly, the chart is a bit iffy, but if it starts to break here, I didn't take the trade though. It could get some upside, and it just rocketed like over 1,000%. Wow, sick. Just be, again, this type of again, massive move here, and then you go straight into some sort of bear flag. We don't want to trade below 0.8 seems very dangerous to me, roughly. So keep that in mind again, and do as you may. I'm just yeah. Yeah. Did he buy it today, or? I know he was very bullish over here somewhere. But did Kevin, what is it, Bamber? Did he buy now, or? Again, I would be a bit worried here with that kind of price behavior. It needs to negate that rising wedge. We bought down here, okay. Okay, but a bit late, anyway, it's fine. You also have a very important level momentum-wise. And I think if you break that bear flag, you will actually break down below. In this case, it's 120%. You could see a total reset. So that is, again, just be on your toes on this one here. And if you have huge profits, you can cut it in half again. Just a little bit of a warning. If you okay, yeah. Right, cool. Oh yeah, deep yellow. The guy done what's it called? John Borshoff something stepped down. It got smoked yesterday. Ooh, yeah. Still overall healthy. Limited upside though, short term, but. We were actually waiting for a hit here at 2.8 or so. But one guy stepping down as CEO, you know, and then it drops 20%. It means that he must be really good at what he does, since he can actually leave all that amount of uncertainty. But overall, still, it looks really good to me. If we can hold here, good. If we can't hold roughly 1.85, I wouldn't be surprised to see it drop down to 1.4. Yeah, 1.4-ish. So but again, these types of 20% gap down precursor CEO leaves, they typically get filled though, right? Don't they? Like a new gap getting filled there. No, me neither. I don't think, again. The coiling. The coiling, let it be done. If I'm correct here, and I have been on this this ratio all the time, basically, we've just seen the high there. That high there is this one here. And now we do the siggity-saggity. Boom. Again, that would be one of my most proudest moments with a call 1.5 years ago, that this is a 10-year VCUF. You have about 2.5 years out of the. Could be about. So 5 more minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So let me know any questions. Yeah. Streaming on one of the biggest red days in at least value terms. It's getting cold. It's getting cold now. I can feel it. So yeah, use that chat option if we should take a look at anything here. I'm just, you know, looking around on a very grim day. Silver, interesting. We did mention a little bit about it beforehand, at the start, but I think the measured move for this head and shoulder, right? I think it's right around here, right around there. 47 seems to be that measured move. But I also have noticed that we haven't really been backtesting the neckline yet, which we typically see. So, and you know, if we backtest, let's say we do this, and it doesn't take a whole lot to scare the shorts here, big time. Then we have this kind of a head, shoulder, trend line breakout where you're also getting back above the neckline. That would be crisp if we do that over the next 3 days. That would be, again, all the people going short thinking we're going to 30, they're going to have a rude awakening if we get this type of price behavior. If we do, again, I don't know, no one knows, but if we do, negating the head and shoulder and getting back above the trend line there, typically is because they will start to cover. Again, some people have their shorts above the neckline. Someone uses the shoulder as the stop loss, so that is interesting to me. But the measured move still stands 47 potential overperformance. The 48 is holding now, so again this could be something like that, right? Where we have the third kind of, and then you start to maybe grind it out here. So I just want to check the Fibonacci extension here. The golden fib is also down there, so yeah. 41 on silver could be, yeah. Down here. 41, you say? Right? Why is that even gone? I've had it on for ages. I don't know. Yeah. 47, yeah, seems to be, you know, 47 overshooting 46. NFE, James, that is gas, right? I think I know it. It's a funky one, I guess. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Not doing a whole lot. By the way, gas is looking very interesting. But yeah, it's first of all, it needs to, that wedge to the downside, it needs to break that. Momentum wise, I do think we have some, not like a bullish momentum structure breakout, but we are producing something like that out there. So, but it's been hammered. So, but I want to show you again, when are we bullish on this here? I want that candle to be taking out 2.6 or so. I want to show you gas here before we go offline. There it is. Look at this. This is gas. Very bullish weekly price behavior now. Massively bullish on gas here if we can start to break here, which we're trying to do now. Very bullish on gas. It's been a while. It's been a very long while. But if we start to trade north of like 3.6 or so, that is extremely bullish for gas. Breaking that wedge, getting back into the uptrend, and we could actually go. We could do a double in gas. and therefore the gas stocks will do really well. So gas here, wow, it's finally having a monster setup. See here, it's getting close, right? It's trying to peak here a bit too early to say. Again, because there was you can see here we had a big move here. It filled the gap, and now we have a big move here again. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that gap fill before we go. But you can get the vibes here also, that head and shoulder kind of thing, right? So yeah, roughly 3.6 on that gas. Lookouts above on that gas. So that's, and also here the weekly momentum. It doesn't. I mean, look at that. It's so far. It's really good. Look at that both like there. Similar, right? But we're just hovering around the 0 point. It can produce a really big, violent spike to the upside. So yeah, gas. If you have interest in gas, 3.6 and above here, at some point over the next few days, maybe like a week or so. Yeah, that is good. Oh, gold, yeah, we had that kind of double top right on the daily. But again, here it doesn't look a whole lot like a double top, but a very big red candle though. So yeah, this is most likely, because we have been saying on the way up here, look for very big red candles. That is typically the sign of a top. So again, we could produce whatever kind of setup. Could be sideways like we had here, right? But given the red candle, this is typically the start of a correction that it has a downsloping, angle to it. So typically, again, long term, monthly, like we talked about, my target still remains, 8,000. So yeah, 8,000. Again, this quarter I think will be boring with a slope down on gold. Unless we can break this stuff here on the silver to gold ratio. Very interesting. I can't wait to wake up, if you can say that. You can. And see if we are breaking this overnight. Would be extremely nice if we do. This momentum thingy here. But again, we shouldn't celebrate until we start to clear roughly down here 1.3 or so. We could easily just do this overnight, right? And then all of a sudden, that is because gold is going down and silver more. Yeah, 8,000 gold easily. Again, not tomorrow, of course. Again, this is just basically the momentum here. You add that to the low point there and you get 8,000 gold. And you also have this massive red uptrend coinciding, and you have two Fibonacci extension levels. One is the 2.618 from the minor one here, that leg. And then you have the big 1.618 from the massive 2000s move up here. And then you had 10 years of worth of boring stuff, and then you produce the next wave. So I think 8,000 gold, again, timing wise, but again, we could see that within 2 years easily. We should see that within 2 years. So oil. Yeah, for some reason my USD WTI hasn't been printing anything for the past, I don't know, 5 days. It like paused on me, I don't know. But yeah, oil. I think oil has the potential to be insanely good next year. and into 2027. But for now, we're just still stuck here. And we had a few moments here and there, but it didn't produce. Again, it's a good thing you mentioned it, because this is what I'm seeing on that hydrograph, whatever, that stock with Kevin. Right? Just be careful. Right? Just be careful on that stock. Same thing, right? The breakdown of death, where you just go into a spiral of a long-term move to the downside. Just similar, very similar. So be careful with that one. HG, whatever it is, hydrograph, hydro something, right? Hydrograph. This one here. Oops. Just be... I'm not saying it's going to break down, but if it does, I would be a bit worried, to be honest. That music I'm hearing is insane. I need to find something else. Holy shit. I mean, again, if you look at that crude oil there, if we see similar patterns, should we do like a what's it called, bars pattern kind of replica? That might be too insane, right? But you can see here it just completely went to, yeah, after that breakdown. So if you want a good entry again, are we gonna get it? Who knows? But a very low stink bid if we ever get down to here. Unlikely, but if we do, that is your low entry, right? So if we get there. Seems unlikely though, but still. When will copper silver ratio readjust smaller? I haven't seen the copper silver ratio in, I will say, years, but that's not true, but in a long time. Oof, okay. Double bottom, okay, cool. I'm thinking. I don't know. Again, it seems like every time we get down to here, right, copper is gonna do better, but yeah, tricky. Still a lot of momentum in favor of silver, of course, but daily stuff. Of course, that didn't help. The 20% drop on gold, silver, or on copper. A tricky one there. Well, just having these spikes here, and this seems to be a lot more red candle-ish compared to the others, maybe. This was 2020. I don't know, mate. It's again, this should favor copper a little bit. A little bit. But again, I don't know exactly what to do with this kind of chart, you could say. Yeah, I'm in doubt. I need more time to think. So I don't know which is more essential. I think both are. Again, I don't do a whole lot of fundamentals, so both are very important, by the way. So maybe copper more. I don't know. I don't know. No idea. There are other people than me that that knows these fundamentally numbers to perfection. I don't. So a chart that you're bullish on, again, Vincent, it depends on the time frame. There are many charts that I'm very bullish on longer term, and at the same chart I'm bearish short term. So do something. It's the market is closed. Idiot. Idiot. I'm sitting here waiting for the chart to move, and it's 12 minutes over. So Tungala, what is that? Tungala something. TGA, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Coal, okay. It's definitely in a downtrend, no question. I've been drawing this sometimes before, apparently. Nasty, right? Head and shoulder top there. Again, I take head and shoulders way more serious when they are daily, weekly time frames. The short-term stuff, 2 hourly, 15-minute, yes, it has some meaning, but again, to me, I don't really care. Like we're seeing on silver again, it's just short-term stuff, so it shouldn't mean a whole lot. It's just breaking down again here. It's just, it's difficult. It's losing momentum left and right and all that good jazz here. I think we have more downside. But it's very weak, yeah. It's very, very weak. Company size, how big? You're losing it all here. Boom. There it goes. Ouch. Could we measure that? I think we can, if I remember to do this correctly. What does that produce? Or is it to the midpoint? Is it to the midpoint? I can't remember. Again, if you want to have like a stink bid, again, it's really performing badly compared to other stuff. Alternative power generation. Whatever that call. Okay, cool. If we get down to like, 260 to 270, maybe. But again, we're still stuck in that downtrend though. But yeah, tricky one. Yeah. Momentum-wise, we've lost so many breakdowns here in momentum, right? Really. You can see it had its moment here. If it were to break, it should have done it here, right? Right there in that triangle. It should have been breaking to the upside here, and it didn't, and therefore it just got smoked heavily. So let's see how low it goes. Last one. We are 15 minutes over. Last one, guys, and then we will call it a day. A red day, that is. Very red day. Again, silver here, momentum-wise. Right, just getting started. Just getting started. 45-year breakout momentum. That is fantastic. That is lovely. So any last ones here? 10, 9, 8, 7. Did I miss one? BTU. We will talk about that in the Substack, Robert. Yeah, the SUP, yeah, was a good one. Again, I didn't know exactly what to do with it after that yesterday. I hate when you get that kind of external force in. Yeah. But yeah, it was a good one for sure. And it was actually one of, from the what happened here. No. Yeah. Yes. What are we backtesting here? It's so interesting here on silver. Not that it matters or anything, but we did print a green on the 1 minute. We don't really care, right? But it's a start. Maybe it's a start, I don't know. Nah, it doesn't matter. Who cares? So that is all, guys. Email suggesting not holding IG was a mistake. So much value into suggesting not holding for. So you wanted to hold after this deal, or? You wanted to, not sell it, or? Oh, lovely. Anyway. Okay. Oh, man, I wish again, we bought many good ones, but I am gold. I didn't buy that one again. However, again, this seems to be like a local top. Not gonna lie. You can even draw the uptrend, right? I guess. Yeah. Maybe undercut a little bit. I think it's gonna spend Q4 right here. Yeah, what a breakout of momentum that was, man. Jesus. Insane. Yeah. Canadian producer, yeah. Big company, right, I guess? Yeah, 7 billion. That's a big one. Cool, guys. I will let you, I just want to show you momentum here. Red candle there after kind of like a, so again, I think we have seen the top for IM Gold. I think let me rephrase, I think we're going to see the bottom during this quarter here. But definitely one of the good ones still. We could see a false breakdown there. Anyways, lads, have a great one. This was a very red day across the board. That's fine. Well, it happens. So I'm going to leave you to it, and have an amazing day as always. Bye, guys.